Good evening, friends. Welcome to part 8 of Jmac Plays Hadean Lands, a text adventure game by Andrew Plotkin. It's me, Jmac. Tonight's audio is going to be may sound a little strained, may sound a little distant. It may sound like I am speaking to you from across the cosmos, perhaps if I pitch my voice like this. The reason being, friends, that a running theme through this particular stream, beyond the themes of the game of alchemy, puzzle solving, the nature of reality and the soul, is the fact that I'm terrible at streaming. This is still a learning exercise for me. And one of the obstacles I've faced is a wonderful lack of ports on my otherwise lovely new MacBook M1 computer from last year. So I cannot plug an external monitor and a microphone and its AC power in all the same time. That's asking too much. So I tried some stuff in order to use a different external monitor, and that didn't work. So I'm plugging in an external monitor. I'm plugging in the AC power. I am not using a microphone, so I'm not going to sound as good. And that's all I have to say about that. So turn up your volume. Hopefully you don't have, and then remember to turn it down when you're done. Otherwise, I don't want anything to happen to my listeners. Right. So where were we? Zarf might be joining us tonight. I sent him a message a bit ago, and if he's free, he'll drop in on this Zoom chat, which I should actually. It'll probably go bing bong, or he'll yell at me if. Yeah, let's leave that on in the background. So where were we in the game? He was the author of the game, who joins us about every other time, was encouraging me to find my own solution for this puzzle, and I'm on the right track. He was kind enough to acknowledge that much, at least, which is we have in the room. Well, not in the room that we are in, but let's see, let's look at the map here. That would be in the main storage, either that or the Nook. Watch, I'm actually going to switch back to the game. I am getting better at this. There is a cabinet or something in the floor. Let's actually go there. Let's go to, I think it's called the Nook. Let's have a look. Not that Nook. Some other Nook. Let's see if we go to the west. Storage Nook. Nook. Ambiguous Nooks here on His Majesty's Marcher, the Unanswerable Retort. It's an awkward Nook, I'll tell you. And you see another hatch in the floor. Here I read the second paragraph. You see another hatch in the floor, though it's too small for a person. The cover seems to be solid lead. It is closed. Not locked, but closed. Now, if we look at, if I care to recall Troutman, because that is what the name of this formula is, it's Troutman's inscription to increase the weight of lead, blah, blah, blah. I shall not read it through it another time. What we need to do is to turn this on its head. Zarf did acknowledge that, yes, that's the right thinking. And what I've done so far is to try to take the... so you'll see it tells you to create an anchored Saturnine environment. And then... what? Then add a measure of Gaian Precipitates. And place any common bit of stone into the bound. Boop-a-doop. So I thought I would just flip that around and put a common bit of stone and anchor the environment that way, and then put something Saturnine inside the bound. But that didn't do the trick. I just want to turn this upside down somehow. And that felt like it should have worked, and it didn't. Zarf isn't here. I have given this no thought over the last week, which is to say I have put it on background, and nothing bubbled up. So what I'm going to do, for the sake of moving the game forward, is I'm going to go to the hints. I've already spoken at great length about Dan Fabulich's wonderful Invisiclues hints for this. And as you can see, I've already started to dig into them. So, this clue, he labels it the storage nook cabinet. It is more of a, I guess it's a cabinet if it's installed into the floor. But as you can see, I've already cracked open the first three, which is basically, yeah, I already know this parts, up to and including, you have a ritual to increase the weight of lead, but lead is already extremely heavy. Isn't that odd? So what I could do is try to cast this on the hatch, but unlike with the counterweight, where I made it so heavy it snapped off entirely and caused the bridge to come down, in this case, I think I will just make the hatch super duper heavy, and I don't see any way that that'll work. I seem to recall I tried this anyway on my first playthrough, and it had the expected effect of just making things harder for myself. So I'm not going to bother. If I'm wrong, then so be it. But I'm going to keep clicking because I am learning nothing new here, and I'm going to receive the next gentle nudge. Through careful experimentation, you can turn the lead weight increase ritual into a lead weight decrease ritual. Start by performing the increase ritual the regular way. Okay, well, so that's being explicit about what we need to do, without being super explicit about what we need to do. So, interesting. So if we do perform the ritual the regular way, we will end up with a inscribed thing. And, well, I mean, let's do what it says. Let's do what Dan says. Let's see here. How do we inscribe? Oh, we don't want to do that. Excuse me. Whoa, all kinds of confusion. Let's go back to our game. Okay. So I think we're already in, no, we're not in a lab anymore, so let's go back to a laboratory that we can run these experiments with. Here we are in the optics annex. I believe this is already all set up to do this. So if we, how can we quickly and lazily redo this ritual? I don't know that I've needed to do this before. Can I go? I wonder if inscribe is a, no. Okay. What was that called? Ponderousness? I think that was the symbol. No. Gee, do we have to go through the whole inscription again to redo it? Because normally, if you solve a puzzle that requires you to make this, your character will just do the thing and then use it up automatically, but I don't know how to just go halfway. Well, whatever. No. Okay. Here's the thing. This ritual only works once because you use up the Gaian Precipitates and you only get one of those per loop. So thinking that you can run this experiment and then with the inscribed stone, like run that through a second time and like it's a that won't work because you need the Gaian Precipitate every time and you only get one of those. I'm gonna keep clicking Dan's hints because I'm shameless. Oh, wrong one. Okay, how do I perform? You need an anchor, center, an environment of a stone. Any stones are a recall stone for suggestions. You can recall stone? My goodness. Any of the stones. Well, let's make sure we have the right stones here. Oh, look at that. What if I just say recall stones? I'm not sure that command works the way Dan thinks it does, but recall stone, mistyping Dan's suggestion does bring us up the disambiguation, the game's own disambiguation stuff for just stones. All kinds of stuff here. Including the lodestone of centrality. Let's not use that. Seems like a bad idea. Oh, I forgot to switch back to the... Really thought I did. Okay. Oh, goodness. Well, what's in our inventory right now? We still have the Gaian Precipitates, so we haven't blown this procedure yet. Let me try it one more time just with fresh eyes and make sure I didn't screw this up somehow. So what is our current environment? I wanted an earthly thing with a Saturnine thing in the bound. The coin works. We know it does as Saturnine. We don't have... Okay, there's granite on the shelf. I don't suppose you could begin with the binding of the celestial sphere and end with the ceiling. That sounds wrong. But let's I mean, we have the ingredients. Let's just try upside downing this further than I did before. Or let's try what I did last time, just make sure I didn't do anything wrong. Nothing unusual. I don't have any smell making things other than the rosemary, which we haven't waived, so that shouldn't be a problem. Okay. So let's I want to make a lens. Let's make a planetary lens. Planetary lens. And I do apologize for the flickering. I intend to fix it, and I haven't. And I think I know how, and I haven't. So there. I screwed that up. Okay, we have a planetary lens now. It's granite, right? Okay, so that's earthly. That's fine. And just to make sure. There we go. So what if... Comment, okay, so put coin inbound. And then what if we invoke... What if we start out with the binding of the celestial sphere? You invoke the binding of the celestial sphere, nothing happens. Okay, never mind, that's wrong from the start. Glowing paley around the horn coin, sure. And then we wave the rosemary to make things resinous. Then we speak essential. And here's where things went bad earlier. Yeah, probably the symbolism of the horn coin complicates its material nature. And we tried this with just a hunk of lead, and that didn't work either. It was like you said, it was too complicated, but it was just a piece of lead, so I don't understand it. What if we use just 2 rocks instead of this? Let's just get another rock, actually. Here. We have all this wood. Maybe we could use that as our earth element. Really? Huh. You'd think those would be earthen, but they are not. Okay. It's another rock we can go get. Oh. Really? Alright. No. Okay, that's earthen. Let's clean up here. Get the coin. Get the... Get the granite. Put the salt on the shelf. Not on myself. There we go. Yeah. I was thinking maybe the shelf had too much junk on it and was all confused. Okay. Now, with that change, let's put the granite in the seal. And that didn't work. Seal is the wrong word for what we were trying to do. All right, back to our civil sealing. Wave the... Try that essential nature. You intone the word of essential nature. The mineral nature of the chip rises to the surface, though with an indistinct shimmer. Why doesn't that work with the lead? Is there just too much of it? That could be it. Like, should I smash it down into a wire first? That doesn't actually reduce its mass. Well, anyway. Okay. Put the Gaian on the granite, I guess. Don't know what we're doing. You empty the vial of Gaian precipitate onto the chip of granite. The purple-gray dust drifts away. Nope. That's a big fail. I'm just going to back out of that. That is not going to work for our needs. Arg. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty stuck here. All right. I don't know. Go back. Back to the hints. Yeah, I know this. How to make an entering environment. You put a thing on the shelf. Yeah, I've done that. I've done that. Have it. Yep. Got it. I know all this stuff. Oh, is this all the Gaian precipitate? Okay, right. We got all this. Yes. Boy, I have to figure out where does this hint end. This is a long hint. I think we're down to here. Yes, that's how you do the thing. That's the normal ritual. We have done this. Correct. Now it's time to experiment. Read carefully to find a way to turn this ritual into its exact opposite. I don't know, dude. The last step of the lead decrease ritual is to recite the binding of the celestial sphere. I tell you that because there's a line at the end of the lead increase instructions that looks like a hint. Conclude with the binding of the celestial sphere to align the alchemical axis. Earth to, yeah, I want to make it Saturn to Earth. I want to make it high to low. That is why I put the thing on the shelf and the shelf in the thing. And it is not enough. This line is not a hint, it's a red herring in my opinion. Uh-oh. Okay, keep reading. The first step of the lead decrease ritual is to create an anchored environment. You might think we'd want a lighter environment, exhilarant perhaps, but no, anchored it is. The lead decrease ritual requires a bit of stone, just like the lead decrease ritual. Okay, but you're suggesting so far that you don't want a, what other stone do we have? I said to read carefully, but don't just read the lead increase ritual carefully. Read the Gaian precipitate ritual carefully. Okay, let's have a look at that. You're holding it, idiot. I'm going to read this from the Alchemy Journal. The synthesis of Gaian Precipitates. This reagent is of great value in rituals pertaining to the earth. Prepare your retort with a measure of vitriolic acid. Place orichalcum therein. Invoke the sealing and raise the heat. When the metal dissolves, recite a symmetric sequence. The symmetry induces a positive connection to the earth. Measure in alum until the solution turns violet, then add pure elemental earth and reduce to a powder. Okay, so perhaps we recite an anti-symmetric sequence and we have anti-Gaian, anti-precipitate. Is that what we want to do? Only one way to find out. Let's reset. Let's grab that orichalcum. Oh, come on. Come on. There. And that's all. I don't... Elemental Earth doesn't really have an opposite. I mean, unless I was... I don't know. Okay. Of course it does. But it doesn't seem right to like align this with air or something. Oh, I'm suddenly seeing the chat. Hi, chat. Didn't see you there. Okay. Hi, folks. Yes, welcome. Welcome to me struggling at this game. And as EA Bourbon has already was trying to give me a wise hint there by saying maybe recall the formulas for the constituent ingredients of this ritual. Which I didn't. I had to go to the hint book, and it basically said that in so many words. But here we are. I've stopped looking at the hint book, and now we're back here. So let's make us some of this stuff. So I need to go get the earth. Can I just get the elemental earth? I think so. I'll just do the whole thing. There, I did the whole thing. I'm gonna experiment. No, I can't do that. I'm gonna wonder if I can make that flickering slightly better by rearranging my windows a bit, but actually due to oddities of my setup, I do not think that is possible. So again, I apologize for the flickering, which seems especially maddening tonight. What am I doing? I have to, okay, get the acid. Apparently I already have it. All right. Why did I come here? Huh. Go to Chemic, the flak of vitriolic acid. Weird. Okay, here we are. Now then. The thing that's good and that I don't mind looking at Dan's hints, I'll just say while doing some cooking here, is that it is a good feeling to scroll and scroll and scroll past all the steps that you did manage to solve by yourself in order to get to the one part you're stuck on. And it makes you feel a little better for needing to consult the hints in the first place. In is not a thing. Let me just make sure that I have an anti-symmetric sequence. I'm pretty sure I do. The anti-symmetric sequence is a mathematical structure which is upside down, back to front. Sounds like what we want, maybe. Because we want a negative connection to the Earth. Okay, well, let's turn on the heat then. When the metal dissolves, recite the thing we are going to recite according to the formula. So let's wait around a bit. The orichalcum slowly dissolves into the acid, lending it a lovely sky blue tint. And now we're going to monkey around a bit. Do a thing we have not done before. See if it can get anywhere with it. You begin reciting the values of the anti-symmetric sequence. After a few minutes and a bit of counting on your fingers, you reach the end, which is, of course, the inverse of the beginning. The sky blue acid bubbles over the flame. I forgot to get alum. Everything is destroyed. Do we have alum here? Nope. Sorry, everybody. Reset. Starting over from the beginning. From the bottom. What? Don't tell me the alum is a... No, I need both of them. Okay. Okay. Again, I forgot to read the entire recipe before diving in. We have the... Okay, acid, check. Orichalcum, no. Go to orichalcum. Open the safe. Get the orichalcum. Check. So, okay, hang on. Okay. Inventory. Vitriolic acid. Yes. Orichalcum. Yes. Symmetric sequence. Yes. Alum. Yes. Earth. No. Okay. That's everything. Put acid in retort. Put orichalcum in retort. Invoke hermetic. Turn on burner. Wait. Recite anti-symmetric. Now what? Alum. Put alum in retort. You pour a gentle stream of alum into the retort. At first, nothing happens. The powder simply dissolves into the sky blue solution. Then the color begins to darken. You pull back your hand and watch the solution turn to a clear indigo. I don't think that was our color last time. I don't remember what it was, but I don't think it was this. Oh, it actually says in the recipe it turned violet. So we are spectrally different. Very interesting. Now we drop in the earth, and it should reduce to a powder. Let's spell it out. You drop the shard of elemental earth into the retort. The bounds pearly like ripples. The elemental earth dissolves. The indigo solution boils more vigorously, now releasing a cloud of... The indigo solution boils more vigorously, now releasing a thick cloud of steam. Slowly, the solution is reduced, growing darker and more opaque. You coddle the gas valve as it thickens. After several careful moments, you have dried the solution to an indigo blue dust. Excellent. You shut off the heat and tap the counter Gaian precipitate from the retort into a fresh vial. This sounds familiar enough that I want to say I did this myself my first time through. But no, it did not occur to me to look outside of the bounds, if you will, of the ritual itself and to crawl up the stack a bit. But here we are. I'm just thinking of these parentheticals. I kind of agree with Dan that the parenthetical on the ritual was kind of a red herring, because you have a different parenthetical on this ingredient, which is the key one that you actually can reverse. All right. Well, I was barking up the right tree. Half points for that to Jmac. And I shouldn't say such things until I finish the damn ritual, which I have not. So, where's our Troutman? Jem, where'd you go? Whatever, I'll just put him in here. Actually, you know what? He's in my notebook. I pasted him in there a long time ago. Anchored environment, boop-a-doop. So I think all the ingredients for that should be the same. So, you know what? I want to use the lead because it's fun. No, wait. Let's not mess around with this. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, checking off the ingredients here. Anchored environment, we just picked that up. Any common bit of stone. We've been enjoying granite for that, and I want to continue using it. Check. Resinous note, we need rosemary. Check. Gaian precipitate. Well, we're going to substitute that, and we have that. No other material components are needed. So, back to our good friend the optics lab. Gestalt shelf is empty. Thinking. Invoke the simple ceiling. Yes, yes, seen that a dozen times before. I've been playing a lot of Hollow Knight. I'm actually taking a little break from it right now, but I am getting towards the end of the game, and it's a game with hard boss fights, and so you do have that experience of going through these multi-stage boss fights with you've already done the first like 5 stage or the first stage of many times, and it's no longer so seeing ghostly bounds arcing through the air when I invoke mystical truths whispered into the ears of the cosmos is no longer wowing me, because I just want to get this damn thing done. Not the game. I'm savoring the game. I just want this thing done that's directly in front of me. This task. I need this task checked off. I want to open up the lead thing. Jmac, let's do it. Let's do it together, team. Why am I putting this off? Because it's fun. I said I like savoring this game. The stone is in the bound, is my point. I have invoked the simple ceiling. We're going to make a resinous note. Noted. So noted. Speak essential. Mineral nature of the chip. We like that. Let's put precipitate on granite. You empty the vial of counter Gaian precipitate onto the chip of granite. The indigo blue dust whirls around the pebble for a moment, then the vortex tightens and is absorbed. Slurp. I think I made a gross slurping sound last time, for which I refuse to apologize, so I'm just going to say the word slurp this time. Do we do celestial spheres at time? Yes. You begin invoking the binding of the celestial sphere. The sounds seem distant and foreign, but you speak them precisely. The bluish light flares, drawing together the mineral and celestial principles you have assembled. When it fades, a symbol shines on the surface of the chip of granite. And what is that symbol? The chip of granite is charged with the alchemical sign for gossamerity. When you touch it to something, the symbol will discharge. Oh my god. Okay. Thanks, Dan. Sorry, Andy. No, I'm not going to apologize. This is fun. This is, I could have done this, but, I did not. I did not put any time. I did not put the time into playing any of this game and thinking about it in the week since my last episode. And I could have put off the episode and worked on it, but I didn't want to do that because that's not good streaming. I intend to stick to my schedule, and watching someone flail miserably at a puzzle is no fun. So this is a balance that we're striking here at Jmac Plays and Games. .youtube.com. Did I note that jmac.org/TV before is an alias to my YouTube channel? It's true. Again, I'm putting off the inevitable. What materials Nook? Is that what it's called? Oh. Nope, not the mechanical lab. Uh-oh. Where are we going? Main store, excuse me. All right, here we're on the storage look. I'm going to, I wonder if rearranging these windows would make them flicker less. No, we're not going to do that on the air. Dang, okay. I actually remember to pick up the granite. I never do that. Okay. You carefully lay the gossamerity symbol against the lead. The symbol flares brightly and transfers to the panel. The lead cover somehow looks less massive now. The lead cover retains a massy inertia, but you can lift it. The compartment opens in surreal slow motion. You discover a flimsy sheet and a singed sheet inside. All that for 2 messed up pieces of paper. Fine. Let's read them. This recipe describes a specific solvent, which is far more useful than a universal solvent. Universal solvents just destroy your lab and kill you. Tucker's solvent, which will dissolve only granite. Begin with the hermetic sealing and a mixture of muriatic and bomuriatic acids. Add some elemental earth. Use a word of anaphylaxis. Use a word of anaphylaxis. Add a bit of slate, this being the symbolic opposite of granite, and conclude with a binding of antipathy. Already so immediately poisoned by opposites are we to have come to this specific spot that we are invited to see opposites, potential opposites involved in this very recipe that we have just learned. Do we have granite we want to install? Do we have, what was it? Granite or slate that we want to install. Dissolve, install, what? No. Uninstall. Is there any granite that we wish to uninstall or slate? I cannot remember. If people in chat are like, yes, of course, dummy, there's some over here. I guess I can recall slate. How about granite? Gratine, as I like to call it sometimes. Well, I'm holding a little bit of it. I have no particular need to. It just served me so well, and I do not need to dissolve that at this time. Looking at the map, I'm just savoring before we get to the next piece of paper, which is going to be a downer. So we really want to get to the dressing room. There is a big marble door. Maybe. Well, here's the thing. Friends. Here's the thing. We want to dissolve that marble door. Now, we were just told that you can make this thing that does. Okay, here it is, friends. We were just told that you can make this stone dissolving gunk, liqueur, solution, solvent, by introducing into it, as an element, a stone that is its symbolic opposite. I note that the door to the dressing room is white marble, And there is a door elsewhere in the marcher that is, yes, black obsidian. And there are available to us as explorers of our borked up ship chips of obsidian and marble. So I think we can make this work for us. I think we can play a little game of Go, if you know what I'm saying, and go to the dressing room. Pokemon. That's exciting. I have figured this out in my brain, and I have a good feeling about this, and I think this is going to take us to good places. And there's still a piece of paper left to read. Let's read it. What's the other one? Singed. It's going to be 2 lines, and it's going to be more about the soul. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's a potion receipt. The Fire Devourer. The Rural Juror. The Fire Devourer. A potion to extinguish even the greatest conflagration. Well, we happen to have one of those. So let's read on. Prepare a strong, fiery environment. Several influences should be combined for this ritual. Well, we do enjoy burning things, friendos. Place a measure of alcohol into the bound. Begin with a sealing word of passivity to oppose the alcohol's fiery nature. Ignite the beaker with elemental fire. This will provoke combustion despite the passivation. Passivization. This will provoke combustion despite the passivization. Conclude with the greater phlogistical saturation. The resulting potion is of great strength. 1 vial flung into a burning building often suffices to end the danger. You memorize the instructions, including the greater phlogistical saturation. You also add the sheet to your bundle of paper. So, this gives us 2 keys to 2, I want to say 2 locks, except that the burning hallway wasn't really a locked door. It was just kind of annoying as far as I could tell, because you could still make a fireproof potion and just wander on into it and hang out. The locked door there was the Obsidian Door, which I don't think the presence of things being on fire prevented you from opening. I think it was just locked. But I wonder if you can just kill it with the thing and the thing. Well, maybe you can't. You need to put out the fire before you can open the door. Oh, friends, this is exciting. This opens up so many new avenues of opportunity. I'm so happy I looked in the hint book, and I feel no shame or sadness. And the more I say it, the more true it is. Well, let's see. Can we put out the fire? I want to do that first because that's the thing. I don't want to do that. You know what? We have to collect all the fire. I don't want to. Let's do the first one. First one is. I've already forgotten it. Oh, flimsy. Tucker solvent, hermetic sealing. We can make those acids. We might need to restart to do it because they probably involve the orichalcum. We've already blew up our elemental earth. So we absolutely have to reset. So here's what we'll do. We will stick that in my notebook off camera. And we'll just go ahead and reset. Now, let's go through our checklist. Let's make muriatic acid. It's right there, comma, idiot. Okay. We'll just pick it up then. I can't remember what we had to make and what's just lying around. It's been a while. This you have to make. I am not reading all that. We still have some muriatic, right? Yes. Okay, good. Elemental earth. Got it. And now we need to go get the obsidian. or Obsidian, as I like to call it. Hey. It's a small, sharp chunk of black, glassy obsidian, which heretofore we have paid no attention to. And suddenly it becomes a lot more interesting. Doot. That is everything we need as far as material components. I have gone top to bottom and picked everything up. So let's go to the chemistry lab. Yes, indeed. Okay, let's dump stuff into the thing. This time we begin with a hermetic sealing before we start at all. Bloop, pearl gray as usual. Splash. Sploosh. You empty the vial of bomb-muriatic into the retort. The mixture of acids fumes acridly and turns slate gray. You drop the shard of elemental earth into the retort. The bound's pearly light ripples. Anaphylaxis. You intone the word of anaphylaxis. It makes your mouth itch. The shard of elemental earth fizzes and dissolves. The gray acid solution darkens and thickens until it is black as ink. Add a bit of slate, this being the symbolic opposite of granite, reads the recipe. So instead, we will add our obsidian. You drop the chip of obsidian into the retort. It dissolves instantly into the black reagent. I suppose it would. And if it didn't, how could you tell? And conclude the binding of antipathy. I already see italics at the end. That's a good sign. You begin invoking the binding of antipathy, forcing out the bitter phrases. The black reagent seethes and then begins to bubble slightly. By the time you have finished choking out the formula, the black solution has quieted. It seems less viscous now. You tap the solvent into a fresh vial, which doesn't dissolve, you are happy to see, so you've probably gotten the ritual right. Nice work, kid. Okay, that is some nice work, kid. Let's look at our map. We are off to the Scaife Arcade. Bing, bing, bong. Okay. Which, if I recall, you can't actually use this command to go there. I think Scaife Arcade doesn't work and Arcade does. But here we are. Hooray! North it is. Check out that door whose ass we're about to kick. Door to the north, cheery grapevine. Seen it all before. Okay. We have a bottle of marble solvent. I didn't even look at what we picked up, but it is identified as marble solvent, which is marvelous. Solvent on door. You pour a drop of marble solvent onto the door. The dark liquid soaks instantly into the pale stone, leaving a rough scar. Perfect. You concentrate on the area around the handle, corroding deep grooves into the door substance. After some careful work, the entire locking mechanism falls away, leaving the door swinging loosely. Get out of there, door. North, first opening the marble door. Whose ass you have kicked. Dressing room. We're at the point of the game where we've been for hours at the point of the game where finding a new room is so rare that it is delicious. The side chamber is reserved for marchmen to change into protective suits before boarding the Scaife. I feel like it should say this side chamber. I'm sorry. I'll start over. The side chamber is reserved for marchmen to change into protective suits before boarding the Scaife. It is rather less sumptuous than the carved door led you to guess. The only exit is south through the marble door, which is open, because you killed it. A row of Persy suits are lined up along the wall. You don't see any helmets, though. Someone has left a greasy sheet of paper here. Odd word. These suits let a man walk out into a Hadean land and return alive. They look fearsomely complicated, and the helmets are all missing. An odd omission. I should say so. Can I just put a suit on anyway? The suits are too bulky to drag around. They're meant to be worn, and you don't know how to wear one. Okay, I really thought we'd be donning a suit. It may be that we're not donning any suits this game. Hello, Windrunner. That's right, new room. We have a piece of paper. I wonder if it's a helmet IOU. Well, no, it's a reagent receipt. The synthesis of Shepler's oil, or dramatic pause, Yang oil, the thing that I really thought I needed for hours and hours when I didn't, and which I have ranted about at length and shall keep in the past. Place a measure of mineral oil into a catalytic environment. Seal with a passive phlegmatic sealing. Compound the atmosphere with a sweet floral element. Speak a word of essential nature. Then add a bit of reed pith to the bound and ignite it. While it yet burns, recite the phlogistical catalysis. The resulting oil will ease the flow of phlogiston through certain metals. And this is how we phlogisticate electrum. I know this very well. And I think why you'd want to do this is if you use up the phlogisticated gold doing something, and then you need to bring back, you need to reignite the fire without resetting. You can use the Yang oil to phlogisticate electrum and substitute that in for the gold. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on here. I do not yet knowingly have a situation where I need this, but I'm sure the time will come when I'm preparing something that requires you to toss in a elemental fire, and it says, but you've already used that up. And I'm going to say, well, a less wise player, a less observant player would say, oh no, what a predicament. How can I use a thing? No, now we can swap in the electrum, and now we know how to phlogisticate it at long last. So, we don't have any helmets though. I thought this would work. By work, I mean, I thought we'd just come in here and grab a suit. Not so simple. And why do we care? Because I really thought that the suit would let us bounce around in the Scaife Bay, which is depressurized, and also go walking around outside the ship, which opens into a Hadean land. Title, I am 100% sure that we get to do that eventually, but now is not the time. We're not there quite yet, apparently. And I bet searching the suits won't give us anything. You peer into one of the suits. There's a lot of padding and a lot of alchemical inscriptions for strength, flexibility, and breathing. Nothing you can pry out and use, though. Because we're in a new room, we have not looked at this through the thingy, and now I'm racking my brains about like, oh, have we been into any other new rooms that we have not been to with thingy? But I think it has been so long since we've been. Anyway, my point is, let's make a Oculus. It is very like Zarf to allow you to forget that. I don't think there's anything here. Thought there'd be a spark. Through the oculus, the suits shine with markings of mobility and healthful environment. They're incomplete, though, without their helmets. Okay. Well, what are some other... yeah, Windrunner suggests recall rooms to see which ones you haven't... Oh, boy. Looked at throughout without the oculus. So, this I'm a little confused about, and I wish I had asked Zarf about this the last time I was here, because I'm pretty sure that... and this may have been added to the game in a version after the one I played, but I'm pretty sure if you just walk around with the Oculus in your hand, it'll tell you, oh, you see a spark, and you don't have to manually look through every time. But I think in order to get off of this giant list, the following rooms will still need to be checked with the Oculus, still need to be checked. Oh man, the flooded... Yikes. Yeah, I guess I can go through and like manually type it for each of these rooms. I'm a little confused about that. It does occur to me that there are the flooded rooms, and I don't think we've tried that yet. In all the things that you can only access by swimming around. Huh. And the center of the... Oh, we didn't check at the center of the maze, did we? Interesting. Can I just go to the center? The shard of elemental earth is gone. You used it in a ritual here in the chemic lab. You don't know how to get another one. Fine, whatever. Whee! Okay. Make Oculus. Go to center. Look at... There are, according to the chat, I think it only occasionally tells you if you're in a room with our spark, unless you look through the Oculus explicitly. Boy, I just can't think of anything more boring, though, than, like, watching me tramp around every single room, ticking them all off. But, if it comes to it, we'll do it. Let me just make sure. Recall rooms again. Here we are, Paper Maze, comma, center. Are these alphabetical or anything? Secondary lab crawl space. How are these even sorted? Yeek. Okay, the Paper Maze, comma, center is, I don't know, like it looks like 15th from the bottom. So if I look through the Oculus, blah, blah, nothing. And if I go to the end now, it's gone from the list. Okay, well... I guess. Let's just knock a few off here. So if we go down... Oops. Oh, we're still lost in the paper ways, huh? Okay. Huh. Now I want to make the water potion. Because we definitely did not look through the Oculus while submerged for sparks, and I just want to tick that off my list either way. So, I don't know how that works. Make breathing. Breath. Breath holding potion. Good guess. You're now in the nave. Okay, so let's go. Let's just be completionist. At least I could double arrow up everything. Glug, glug, glug. Where can we go from here exactly? We still go down, huh? Nothing. And that's just the slab where we learn a word from. I love that. I love that detail. I wonder if we still have enough time to get to the observatory and swim around a little bit more while we're still in the influence of the thing. Yeah, the potion is still working. You feel no urge to breathe. I'm glad we opened that door. let's see. We can go to the north. There's a chime under here, huh? Nope. All right. Not super helpful. What if... Something I didn't try was looking at the window through the Oculus into the other room. Okay, well that's looking at the object of the window and not the bay. Can I look at the bay? Yes. Really? Well, I guess, okay, I was... I bet you can't examine the bay through the Oculus. No. Yeah, you have to be in the same room with it to look at it through the Oculus, and even though we can see the bay, we can't quite... because of the object model. So I don't think that... good thinking, but not the right solution. Okay, fun. Well, you know what? I've come this far. Let's just tramp through the ship. All the rooms. Look at everything through Oculuses again. There's only so many rooms. Topaz Spark. You suddenly realize you haven't breathed in 10 minutes. You suck in a startling gasp of air. Because the spark is colored, does that mean we've already looked at it? That was my theory from earlier. I don't... Okay. This seems new. Well, I think y'all in the chat are right, and I was spoiled by the game's... I guess it was trying to nudge you that psst, there are hidden sparks, and I'm like, oh, okay, so you're just told when there's a hidden spark in the room. Great, I don't need to look through the Oculus explicitly. And it turns out, no, you actually need to look through the Oculus explicitly. So that is a major source of information I have completely skipped. Okay, well, anyway, look, we found a spark. You focus on the topaz spark through the Oculus. A new memory comes into focus. Well, you hear stories, right? Things folks see the moment we rig out. Flashes no more. The ghost of the cold crucible, lost and drowned in a Thalassan sea. Well, I know the crucible arrived safe home and never reported any trouble on Titan. Mayhap the ghost is what didn't happen, or what will. Still want to gripe you were posted here instead of to the cruci? You consider these memories. So, a bit of lore? Yeah, alternate realities, futures, twisted time, all seem to be in play in this game. Where are we? We're only in the North Arcade. Goodness me. All right. Excuse me. So much symbolic association. I am impressed. Let's go through all the northern things. You look... Okay, here's how you know you've already seen something, because it's phrased like this. You look around until the apricot spark comes into view. I see you, apricot spark. Good to see you again, old friend. No, just check it in. No need to bother you any further. Righto, up we go. Hi, Captain. Still leaning against that fracture, eh? Oops. The Oculus oh my god. Okay, yeah, you're all right. Thank you, everybody. The Oculus reveals a periwinkle spark floating in the air. You focus on the periwinkle spark through the oculus. A new memory comes into focus. The subject is an advanced aura inscription. Royce's inscription, to render one's aura invisible. Invoke an environment of spiritual peace. Begin with a quartz token in the bound. This represents the Ka soul. Invoke the Ka ceiling. Sprinkle copper percalcinate over the token, representing the Ba soul. Invoke an idempotent structure. I flunked out of computer science, everybody, sorry. Pour a sublime spirit over the token. This represents the evanescence of the soul's name. Close with an elementary word of binding. This inscription will render the subject's aura indetectable to malign forces, though only briefly. You consider these memories. So, is this a alternate way to get past the ghost, or the malign force in the medical wing? We already have two ways of wearing a different aura, disguising your aura, in order to presumably get into the birdhouse, which we still have not done. This doesn't sound like it'll help with the birdhouse much, because what we want to do is not make our aura invisible, but to make it look like something else. And nothing has come up that, nothing about those suggests that there's an alternate way of doing that, because we have no other auras that we can swipe because all the other people are locked behind fractures. Interesting, though. Well, these are all worth trying anyway. Perhaps a locked door counts as a malign force. It's certainly in our way. I'm going to take a quick break because I've been reading a lot and shouting excitedly, and I'm going to go get a cup of water. So I'm going to use my rare break time panel. I'll be back in a minute or two. Hello, gamers. I'm back. Slightly better hydrated. Right, we discovered a new thing to do, a thing we've already done. I really am curious if that's an alternate route to the same puzzle, which I don't know, seemed perfectly defeatable earlier. I don't know what to do with these alternate routes. That's very exciting. I'm of a mind to continue walking around. I'm looking for sparks. So we have covered the northwest part of the map. We haven't. Let's see. We've done the paper garden, paper maze. We've done all these watery things. You know, we didn't get the southern part of the observatory. We did not get the Aether Bridge. I remember the Aether Bridge. Nothing here. Uh-oh. Need orichalcum to go to the Aether Bridge. Well, you know what? Clonk. That's what I think. That's what I think of your bridge. Make Oculus. Go to the observatory. Blah, blah, blah. Here we are. I guess it's just called the Aethery, not the Aether Bridge. It is a bridge, and it is an Aethery, but it is incorrect to call it an Aether Bridge. Nothing. Okay, that's still worth it. I just noticed for the first time. There's a couple things about the UI I'm noticing only now. One is, if you look at the map when you're on the bridge, you're not in the observatory room. You're sort of like off to one side, just to show that you're at a higher level. Also, on the, where is he? On the game view, if I mouse over the corner, I've never noticed these before. You get this takes you to the map in the journal window. I guess I've never noticed them before because prior to December of last year, I never played this version of the game, and I've always been playing with all the windows open for this stream. So I would have had no reason to look for them. But there they are. That's how you discover those extra windows. Go away. That was rude. Let's do a recall rooms just to see how we're doing on Oculus Sparks check-in. Oh, still quite a few, but look, it fits on a single screen now. That's progress of a sort. Very well. Great, we've definitely done all this. We did all this. Haven't done these rooms. Oh, we need to make fire brewing potion in order to do this, right, don't we? And then we're going to extinguish that fire, but we're not going to do it right now because we're doing only one thing at a time. I brew the fire. No, you know what? I'm going to skip that. Not going to bother. We should do it automatically, I think. Nothing there. Birdhouse. Still can't get in. Let's go downstairs first. Nothing. Barracy. Nope. I like that we can dissolve rocks now if we can find the opposite of the rocks. And we should be able to dissolve that Obsidian Door by making marble-based stuff, which we can try. That is on our list of things to try for sure. But that's not what we're doing right now. We're looking through our Oculus, having such fun. You catch a spark of light reflected in the Oculus from somewhere. Well, that's... See, I thought that's what was going on this whole time. The Oculus reveals a carmine spark floating in the air. You don't have to say the color, you can just look at the spark twice. You focus on the carmine spark through the Oculus. A new memory comes into focus. It concerns the structure of stone. We are familiar with earth as a pure element in the Greek system. However, minerals need not be considered as imperfect approximations of a Platonic ideal. Each has an alchemical structure, and we may discern relations between them. Thus, marble and obsidian are opposites. Oh, I guess this is where you learn that. Well, I just went by the fact that they're black and white, literally, and it kind of rolled with it from there, but thanks, prof. Oh, the memory continues. White versus black, crystalline versus glassy, pelagic versus volcanic. Soapstone and basalt are another light-dark pair. Other opposing pairs rely on different relations. Chalk and flint are found together, but with different qualities. Granite and slate are formed by opposing geologic processes, so too sandstone and malachite. Porphyry and quartz are an interesting case. You consider these memories. Yes, well, okay, well, it does have some less black and white, if you will, opposites there in case we need to beat up more stone barriers. What was the lock to the Barracy like? Oh, the lock to the Barracy was that gravity was screwed up and we couldn't even walk there, I do believe. Or no, things got too heavy. That was it. So it was not a piece of rock in our way. Similarly, gravity is screwed up and is not letting us into the deep lab. Looking at the map here, see if I remember any rocks in our way. Nothing comes to mind. But the next time we see a big old rock that we don't want to be there, we know what to do. Speaking of which, What is this the column? It's a thick column of some indigo mineral. Have I looked at this thing through the thing? It's a colorful fringe. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Let us continue our Oculus quest. Oh, gross. I didn't mean to make a pun there. Ew, I'm sorry, everybody. Gross. Now they're just falling all over me now. Look at this. Disgusting. Okay. The Oculus reveals a sepia spark. You focus, that's a short one, you focus on the sepia spark through the Oculus. A new memory comes into focus. It concerns a phlegmatic sealing word. It has a stable, passive pattern, yin in the Oriental traditions, cool and moist in the Greek. That's interesting. I don't remember, did I mention a lack of phlegm in my notes? Apparently not. Well, we'll be pleased to know that later, I am sure. Yeah, we can't do that. It's fun. Okay. I've played at least one game where you had to close your eyes to battle your own vertigo, but this is not that game. Happily. Oh, we didn't check the deep stacks. Excuse me. Yeah, I'll get in here. There's that indigo spark again. Okay, I guess we did check it. Burning Hollow West. Nope. Can we just walk into the fire? Yes, we automatically make the fireproof potion, so no biggie. Colorful hazy fringe. Now, why? Okay, the Obsidian Door is simply closed and locked. Let's trash it, gang. Let's get that door out of our way. I think we can, we might be able to see as many as 2 new rooms tonight. No, we're not doing that. Stick a pin in that. We are looking at playing with our Oculus until our, whoa, what happened? I went east from the paper garden and now I'm in the chemistry lab. What? I don't think that was supposed to happen. I don't want that to happen. Please take me back to the paper garden. You know what? Let's just go to the center because I really wanted to go down. It's a bizarre bug, but nothing we can't handle. I didn't want to go into the ARG. Okay, we can't go into the center because we trashed the orichalcum. I want to be completionist about this. We're doing this. Leaving no stone unturned, opposite of another stone or not. We've already done the center. We forgot to go down into the crawlway, buddy. Nothing. Okay, but I feel fine about that. And yes, as I remember, you can't go anywhere from here because it's all, everything is blocked off and messed up and everything else. Fine, very well. All is well. Yes, I know I'm lost. Thank you. Doot, 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 doot. Nothing up here. Can't go to the chancel. Not yet, anyway. There's a fuchsia spark that we've clearly already seen. Nothing over there. Nothing down here. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. What happened was when we tried to do anything that involved oh, I need to the orichalcum, the automated gears inside of Ensign Forsyth compels them to start making the thing that they need to go into either the paper maze or the medical wing, and only halfway through, very much in character and exactly as I would do were this real life, would you realize, oh, wait a minute, orichalcum gone, doy. So we reset again, and we make the Oculus again. And now we go to the medical wing. And now we look through the Oculus. Nope. Nope. Nuh-uh. Okay, nothing here. Interesting. I like that you can just leave the... Huh. No, you do need to dispel the naughty thing in order to leave the medical wing, but I guess it reforms if you come back? Yeah, all right. Oh, I see. I see what's going on. The alternate way to hide your aura from the beast guarding the medical wing is so that you can go back into it a second time later in a loop after you've used up all the stuff, blah, blah, blah. That is probably important. So, okay, keep that in our pocket. We have done all the Oculus peeping we wanted to do there. So, no matter. Sounds good. Let's look at the eastern parts of the ship that I see this fuchsia. Nothing there. Primary lab is closed for refurbishing. Nothing. Nothing. Nope. Already seen it. If there's a definite article, we've already seen it. Nope. Nuh-uh. Nope. We cannot go through the door, so I'm not going to bother going back to the secondary alchemy lab. Another one we've already seen. And another one we've already seen. I guess that's why we're not more stuck, is we have already accidentally come across quite a few of these. Okay. So, all the crawl spaces, the Nook, and that's it. Oh, yeah, all right. So let's... Let's mess around in the crawl space. Look through again, okay. All right, we did it. We did it, everyone. We looked at everything. Thank you, friends in chat, for suggesting that. Phew, I don't think that opened up anything immediately new that we can do. That certainly gave us stuff that we'll need later. There was things that sounded very important, including a new phlegmatic word, hints about opposite stones, one of which we already figured out ourselves from our out of game knowledge that black and white are traditional opposites. And what else did we find? An alternate way to hide our aura so that we can enter the medical wing 2 times in one loop. I'm almost certain that's a thing we want to do. Unless there's 2 naughty ghosts, but I bet there's not. Yeah, I was confused because I thought the thing you do to leave the medical wing destroyed the ghost, but instead it just lets you, it fuzzes it out for a bit, I suppose, that you can sneak by. Then it's back again. I want to do the thing to trash the Obsidian Door. Right. So we need to re-look at Tucker's solvent. So let's have another look at that. But you haven't made it yet. Oh, I didn't, that's not what I asked you, game. Oh, whatever, I have it here in front of me. Dissolve only granite. Hermetic sealing. Yeah, we need those 2 acids, and we need the elemental earth, and we need a bit of the opposite of the thing we want to trash. So, can we make Bomb-Ariatic, or do we need to reset the game yet again? Okay, good. Go to Mabel. Conveniently, there was a chip of marble right by the marble door. I was about to type open it, and I absolutely did not want that to happen because then we would actually and probably use up all kinds of things we need. So we'll just leave that shut for now. Again, ingredients, acids, earth. We don't have the earth yet. Acids, earth. Opposite of obsidian. We have these. Let's go brew a potion. Excuse me. Begin with hermetic. Throw in the acids. Let's start with the Bomb-Ariatic, just for fun this time. Recipes generally start with a base medium, water, sand, something like that, before you start adding in the fancy stuff. Okay, haven't seen that before. Glub glub, that's happening again. We've seen this before. Bounce pearly light ripples. And rippling, speaking of rippling. Fills and dissolves. Seen all this before. Black ink. This time we're going to put a white thing in. You drop the chip of marble into the retort. It dissolves instantly into the black reagent. And now we speak antipathy. This looks the same. You tap the solvent into a fresh vial, which doesn't dissolve, you're happy to see, so you've probably gotten the ritual right, and now we have a bottle of obsidian solvent. Let's go to Grand Stair. Which one? The top. Thank you. Put solvent on door. You can't see any such thing. What? Why not? Oh, because the fire blew it up, didn't it? Yes. So, reading up on this page, we were in such a hurry, we didn't see you step into the inferno untouched. Unfortunately, your possessions do not fare so well. In the heat, the flask of muriatic acid shatters, the bottle of obsidian solvent explodes. And then you walk into the fire anyway, because that's what we were doing. And Ensign, what's the ensign's name? Forsyth is nothing if not a completionist, as we have demonstrated in our, I'm not going to say Oculus Quest a second time. Okay, so now we know why we need to extinguish that fire. So let's look again at that recipe in our journal. We have not consulted the journal very much this session. Looking for asterisks. Aura invisibility, breath holding, tarnish cleaning, Fire Devourer. That sounds like what we want. Okay. Prepare a strong, fiery environment. We need several influences that should be combined. Interesting. Place a measure of alcohol into the bound. So, I don't know. Like, let's start with 2. We know ginger works. And something that's fire associated. I think we have like a sun coin. Let's try those 2 things. This is a cheap brass coin, old but not an antique. It looks like someone picked it up in a junk shop, which is probably exactly what happened. One face is stamped with a rayed sun, which makes it a handy symbolic token. Displays a solar nature. I want to say solar is fiery enough. If I'm wrong, we'll find out. Let's pick that bad boy up and go to the ginger. No, we're not doing this because our obsidian thing exploded, and no, we can still make the potion. And then reset, and then make it again quickly. So I'm feeling very lazy, and we've already started this, so we're going to continue. So we have 2 things now. Let's get a 3rd thing. It's a sunny day. So let's do solar things. Is solar fiery? I'm going to say yes. Okay. Having gathered all those, we need alcohol. We need elemental fire, which maybe we can't make. We'll figure that out. And that's it. We just need a lot of fiery tokens, alcohol, and elemental fire. Oh, yeah, I had a problem last time of remembering the verbs to make elemental fire, so let's see if we can figure this one out. Where is it? Cabinet. Oh God. Dang it. Oh, I don't remember how we did it last time. Let's look at the exact words of the ignition. No, perform ignition. There we go. Okay. We have the fire. We need the alcohol. And we have gathered up the many things that we want. So let's see. Open the ginger. That seems redundantly fiery to me. Place a measure of alcohol into the bound. You locate a beaker in the clutter, pour a measure of rubbing alcohol into it, and place it within the tabletop bound. Sealing word of passivity. Oh, do we have that? Oh, no. I don't think we have this one yet. No. So we can't do this one yet. We need a sealing word of passivity. And we have been so laden down, so rich with words and phrases that are often attached to the rituals that describe them, that I just assumed this would be yet another one. And it is not. We know no such sealing word. We only know the simple sealing, and that is not what is called for here. So this is not, we cannot do this one yet, interestingly. Well, okay. Where does that leave us? That leaves us with wondering, are there any other rocks we can dissolve, of course. Didn't we see something like that in a spark, asks Bathsheba. If we did, I would think that recall passivity or speak passivity would allow us to say that straight away, because the player character instantly and permanently remembers everything that they learn through sparks or any other source, including random pieces of paper. So I don't think that this is a spark-fueled exercise. Here's all the sealings we have. We have Ka, Hermetic, Shamash, Mithraic. Phlegmatic is the one we learned this evening, and the Marcher's sealing, and the simple sealing. Bathsheba asks, what about something with a yin, passive nature? There was a spark that revealed a word. Is it the phlegmatic one? I'd be willing to try that. Nothing. Well, that's a dirty lie, game. Hang on. How do you spell phlegm? Not a day goes by when I don't ask myself that. No, come on. Where does the G go? Where does the G go? Well, hold the phone. The phlegmatic sealing word creates a boundary circle. It has a stable passive pattern. Yin or cool or moist, depending upon what side of the old prime meridian you're on. Yes, Greece is on the same side. Listen, the point is, I think Shiva's onto something. So that's right. I'm gonna check the phlegm. As we're gonna tap that phlegm. All right, settle down. Yes, look, I spelled it correctly. All right, everybody. Professional at work here. Exciting. This is a group solve. This is a legit group solve. I like this. I like where this is headed. So, okay, we still did the setup. We haven't messed anything up yet. We haven't even started. Let's look at that journal again. Fire Devourer. Let's get phlegmy. Let's get phlegmy, y'all. I'm just gonna up arrow so I don't have to spell it again ever. You take a breath, trace the bound in your mind, and intone the phlegmatic sealing word. Hork that sucker. The arc begins to glow yellow around the beaker of rubbing alcohol. Well, that's the right color. I guess Mr. Plotkin could have gone for green. He could have gone for sort of a greenish yellow. He just went for just classic, healthy color. But enough of that. We're here for serious scientific business. Ignite the beaker with elemental fire. So how does that work? I'm going to literally ignite the beaker with elemental fire. That's what I'm going to type. You dip the flaming, phlogisticated gold rod into the beaker of rubbing alcohol. There is a startling but satisfying poof. Blue flames dance on the surface for a few moments until too much alcohol burns off to sustain them. That sounds like the right direction. I like this. This will provoke combustion despite the passivization, reads the text. Conclude with the greater phlogistical saturation. Greater... Oh, do we have this? Ugh. So excited. Again, just assuming we have everything. Why we do. You begin the great... Oh, dear. You begin the greater phlogistical saturation. The tonal vowels and labial stops require all your concentration, but you manage to hold them in place. Nonetheless, something must be wrong. The words go weak and dry. Was it not fiery enough? Did I miss a step? Let's reread. Strong fire environment, several influences, which we may or may not have had. Place a measure of alcohol. Yes, yes. Begin sealing word. Ignite the beaker. Conclude with the greater phlogistical saturation. The resulting potion is of great strength. Okay. I think we had the right things. The experiment I'd want to try is... Now, let's see. Did we destroy the... We still have the elemental fire, so we can, in fact... Let's run a little experiment, actually. What if we ignite the stuff without speaking the yin word? And if something different happens, we know that that was the right thing. And if something different happens, then we know it's the right thing, and the solution is that we didn't make the environment fiery enough. In which case, we'll just work on that. So let's do some debugging. Let's do some alchemical debugging. How do you unseal? I do it so often. Okay, there. That happened. Okay, now we just have this mundane thing. So I'm going to speak the wrong thing. Oh, because it's just clear mixture because the alcohol's gone, right? Oh yeah, we trashed it. It's not alcohol anymore. It just turned into nothing. Hilarious. Okay. Geez, how do you get that? I don't want that beaker anymore. Oh, I just want to reset everything. You remove the beaker from the tabletop bound, dispose of the clear mixture, whatever it is, and set the beaker aside. I'm happy I noticed that, because had I not, that would have nullified this experiment we're about to run. So let's start over from the top. Before we... Let's see. Yeah, put the alcohol in first, no matter what. Now say we're going to speak a simple sealing. Yoink. Oh, it glows yellow. Anyway, so it wasn't... The yellow was not from the phlegm, it was from the alcohol. And now let's just ignite it. Alcohol. If you set fire to all your chemic reagents, where will you get any more? That's because the game thought I wanted to ignite the flask of alcohol in my hands, not the one in the bound, so I must specify the beaker. Okay, this is exactly the same description. So what we learn is this doesn't tell us we're actually on the right path. This is null information. I am not willing to let go of the yin thing, because that sounds like it was right. And especially given that the journal doesn't say begin with the sealing word of passivity with everything in capital letters. It says begin with a sealing word of passivity, and they're lowercase. as opposed to the greater phlogistical saturation, which is all uppercase and is describing something specific. So I think we are on the right track with the phlegmatic thing. I want to make sure that the environment is suitably fiery. I think we may be failing there. Just pondering. What if we close all the inputs and try this yet again? Beaker. Let's just pick everything up. Okay, what if we just ignite the beaker before doing anything? Okay, it's the same. No matter what we do, even if we don't set up a bound, just dipping the elemental fire in the alcohol makes it go poof with blue flames, and it looks really cool, and it's starting satisfying. So that gives us no information. And we just clear that away because we're not even mid-ritual. We want more fiery things. Yeah, I'm not sure if solar is fiery. These sound different. There's peppermint? No, that's Yeah, we got that. I guess we could put the rod on the shelf. No, we actually need it for the ritual, though. We can't have, yeah, peppermint is cooling. So that's not what we want. Interesting. Oh. Let's make that Oculus again. It's in our hands, comma, idiot. Okay. What is this supposed to do exactly, other than see sparks? No, fine. Okay. All right, here's the thing. If something has a fiery nature, the Oculus shows it as having a fiery nature. It doesn't use other words. The coin didn't say that. It said solar. And I think I was saying like, nah, they're the same. Nah, the sun's a big ball of fire. It's not going to know the difference. And I think I was cutting some corners there, Pally. I think that's not how the world works. I think I have to be a little more precise. So we have to find more things with a fiery nature, and I can't use the gold rod because that's in use. I guess I could phlogisticate electrum and make two things if I had to. If it comes down to it, we can do that. Have two burning things, but I don't want to do that just yet. All right, well, let's use our Oculus and find something else fiery. Like there's gotta be, I don't know, man. What else did we have? What was I using? I don't even remember. There was the coin and, oh yeah, the rotor card. Solar, okay. Rainbow, moonlit, snowy, windy, sunny. All right. All right. Let's go look at some more things. Let's go to the Pyrrhix lab. We can maybe find something fiery there. I wonder if we can set something on fire. Like literally just have a standard fire and just have it burn slowly. That is within our ability, right? Can we just ignite the pith? The swamp pith goes out in a bright flare. You snatch your hand away. Within instance, the swamp pith has been entirely devoured. Its flame goes out. Is that going to happen with everything that we touch the fire to? Let's try it. It's the worst that could happen. I just want something to smolder a bit. That's all. No, I think we're over burning these things. You know what? Let's not set things on fire with elemental fire. Yes, we turn the rotor until it shows this is fine. Everything is on fire. No, there is a this is fine room in the game. We already have that, and we want to make it not fine. Let's get a lighter, because I'm thinking that expecting a gentle candle fire by touching it with literally elemental fire is not going to happen. So we have just a cheesy little lighter. Let's go grab that and play with that instead. Okay. Let's drop the gold. And now we have a torch lighter, and we have all this stuff here. Assorted woods. It's wooden splints that are just lying around. What if we burn the black wood with the elemental fire, now that I'm thinking of it? Well, one thing at a time. With the thing in our hand. No, we pick it back up again. That's absolutely not what we want to do. I mean, I could say with. Yeah, fine. You know what? Ignite. Okay. Let's burn something that is not the maple with the lighter. One of these things has to burn. The swamp pith goes up instantly no matter what. Fine. No one needs you. This burns with a dim red flame, the linden. And if I look at it, it displays a fiery nature. Okay. All right. So if I go back 1, 2, 3 moves, 2, 3. Oh no. Oh dear. Everything is on fire. When you play with time and undo commands, kids, you're taking reality into your own hands. Okay. Good. We can use the linden for this. Let's get a third one. Light maple with lighter. No, we already tried that, didn't we? Oh, can we white the elemental wood? Have we used the elemental wood with anything? I can't remember. Well, that's nice. Okay. So, we have... do we still have the ginger? Yeah, we have the ginger. We have these woods we're going to burn. That's going to give us 3 fiery things. That counts as multiple, I say. Is there a... I forget. Is there a thing right here in the optics Pyrex lab? Yeah, there's one over to the east. Cool. Use this one for a change. So, it's already open. Let's wave it around a bit. Make sure we didn't leave anything in the other laboratory. Let's see. Fiery stuffs. We need some alcohol, which we have. We've been carrying that around this whole time. And that's it. We just need the elemental fire and alcohol and a lot of fiery things. So strong fiery environment. Okay, wave ginger. Let's ignite. What was it? Linden with lighter. Ignite. Elemental wood. Sure, why not? Okay. It's fiery. Okay. Speak. I don't know any such formula. Did I leave the... Oh, don't tell me I left it in the other room. No, I picked it back up again, right? Aha! Aha! You dip the flaming, phlogisticated gold rod into the beaker of rubbing alcohol. The gold is instantly extinguished as its phlogiston is drawn into the alcohol. Blue flames erupt, and a red phosphorescence builds within the liquid. As the flames die down, the red light does as well, but the liquid in the beaker remains a brilliant crimson. Good. This is what we want. It's funny that I guess the keyword satisfying was made me think I was on the right path earlier, but it turns out that Ensign Forsyth just loves playing with fire, and anything that involves flames leaping up is going to delight them and look like success. So we had to do a little bit of debugging to see that no, that actually doesn't help us get further at all. This is getting further. Oh boy, now what? Greater phlogistical, let's do it. You begin the greater phlogistical saturation. The tonal vowels and labial stops require all your concentration, but you manage to hold them in place. Sparks crackle through the crimson liquid for a moment. The bound fades. Is that all? Apparently that's all. You lift the beaker and gently decant the red potion into a fresh bottle. And in our inventory, we now have a bottle of Fire Devourer. And our time is coming to a close, so let's go out, dare I say it, with a bang or whatever anti-bang we're about to accomplish. Maybe. Hopefully. Going to the Great Stair. Oh, yes you do. You so-and-so. Fine, go to the Paper Garden. Yoing. Now we're supposed to throw it, right? That was the instruction. Let's reread this. One vial flung into a burning building often suffices to end the danger. Can I fling? I'm gonna fling it. Oh, okay. We're instructed to close the impet. Fine. Having closed the impet, we're now going to fling things. Whee! That's not an action I understand. It says right, it says flung. That's the verb. Jeez. Come on. Okay. Why are you like this? Yes, I want to throw it east. I want to throw Throw potion east? I understand the command throw potion, that is throw the bottle of Fire Devourer, but the word, not the word east at the end. Oh my goodness. All right. Let's go over here. I'm gonna drop the lighter. Go back. Throw a potion of fire. Thank you. I get, oh, the Inferno, excuse me. Right. You pull the stopper and whip the crimson liquid into the flames. There is a mighty whoomp as the hallway goes dark. When the green after images fade from your sight, the hall looks like a long dead fireplace. The walls are blackened and the floor is layered with ash. But there isn't a spark left alight, and while the air smells of smoke, it is not intolerably warm. And that puts us at slightly after 8 p.m. Eastern, and I'm going to call it, even though we have an extremely obvious next action to do. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to a rare next episode of Jmac Plays Hadean Lands, where we actually know exactly what we're going to do, and it is not looking at Dan's hint book. So shout out again to Dan Fabulous for his amazing hint book. Shout out to Andrew Plotkin for his amazing game. Jmac.org/TV. Is that right? Can I go there? Let me look at another thing. I'm not lying to y'all. Yeah, jmac.org/TV is my YouTube channel where you can enjoy this and other games, interactive fiction and otherwise, that I play. And sometimes I play them not on Sunday nights, but I am going to continue to play Hadean Lands every Sunday night for 2 hours at 6 p.m. until I'm done with it. That's the promise. That's the plan. And until next time, friendos, yeah, play safe. Don't play with fire. And if you do see a fire, throw things at it. That's our lesson tonight.